Secretary of State, Madeleine Albright.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Terrific. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. It is such an honor for me to be here with everybody on behalf of Jim Webb this evening, because I think this is a key election. I have a farm in Loudoun County, so I'm a Virginian, and I know how truly important this is. This is a great state, Commonwealth, that needs a much better senator. And I think we can really help to deliver. Let me just say, I have just come back from what some would say is a completely insane trip. I have been in London, Brussels, Oslo, Amsterdam, Paris, Milan, Bahrain, and Dubai. And I just got back, but I'm here to tell you something that makes me very sad. When I was Secretary of State, I was so proud to represent this country. I wasn't born here, and so to become Secretary of State was a dream that I never imagined. It pains me beyond belief that the United States at this stage is not respected in any of the places that I went to. They wonder who we are. They wonder what we think. They wonder what we are for. They know what we are against, but they do not know what we are for anymore. And the war in Iraq, I have said in my most recent book called The Mighty and the Almighty, that I am afraid that Iraq is going to go down in history as the greatest disaster in American foreign policy. It is worse, I think, than Vietnam, though more Americans died in Vietnam, and it does pain me that we did not appreciate our troops enough after Vietnam. What has happened is the unintended consequences of the war in Iraq are disastrous. I am afraid that it now looks as though Iran has really won the war in Iraq, and nothing is happening on the Middle East peace process, and Iraq is sucking up American energy and in so many ways undermining what we believe in. Jim Webb knew that Iraq was a mistake. He said that from the very beginning. And that is why we need somebody like him who understands national security to represent this Commonwealth, to be in there and to do what, as you said, our founding fathers understood, that Congress plays a very important role. And I think this is an essential election. We need to have a sense that our troops are there working on our behalf, and that we cannot allow this to go on, that we have to figure out a way to bring them home. We have to bring them home. I have to tell you, I think Democrats understand national security very, very well. When we left office, we actually not only had a surplus in our budget, but we had a surplus in goodwill throughout the world. I think that it is essential that we understand what national security is about these days, where our strength comes from. Our strength obviously comes from the greatest military in the world, but it also comes from our ideals and what we believe in and our sense of human rights and our belief in our own society. And one of the other things that troubled me so much on this trip, because I had discussions with people about what we should do about human rights issues, whether they were in Cuba or North Korea or China, and they said, "What are you talking about, human rights? You all can't criticize people for torturing others. What is it that you do?" And so what has happened is that this administration has undermined the moral authority of the United States. And I so much believe in the fact that we are an exceptional nation and that we have obligations. But exceptions should not be made for us when it comes to international norms. We should be setting them. And Jim Webb is the kind of a person through his whole life that has thought that. He will do that. He will represent not only the Commonwealth of Virginia, but he will make such a difference because we will take the Senate as well as the House. And then Congress will do what it is supposed to do, patriotically ask questions. As I said, I wasn't born in the United States, and I became a citizen when I was in college. I went and I renewed my citizenship vows on July 4th, 2000 at Monticello, where I was part of a swearing-in ceremony of new citizens. And as I handed them their naturalization certificates, I said to them, this is the most important piece of paper you will ever have. I have the same thing. And I believe fully that the most patriotic thing that an American can do is ask questions. And that is what Senator Webb will do on our behalf when he does in fact represent this Commonwealth. Now, Linda, who has been a great campaigner always, was terrific about get out the vote. And let me just say this. I am chairman of the board of a very interesting organization called the National Democratic Institute that does, in fact, promote, not impose, democracy in other countries. And so I have witnessed for the last 20 years America's support for democracy in a variety of countries, and I have gone to be an election observer in a lot of places. And the most exciting thing is to see people that have never voted lining up and spending days in the hot sun or in freezing weather for their first opportunity to vote. You all have to go vote. And since you're here, you will go vote. But as Linda said, fill up those cars, do whatever it takes to get people to the polls, because ultimately that's the thing that really counts, every single vote, and it will and must be counted. There are actually election observers coming to the United States, and we need it. We need to observe each other, and we need to vote. So here's to victory on Tuesday and to the Democratic Senate. A Democratic Senate and House and a Constitution that works. For Jim Webb, I'm here. I'm delighted to be here to support him and all of you. Thank you.